Unlock your potential today at skillbakery.com.
Welcome back. Till now, we've been making use of OpenAI's APIs to create our applications like StoryGenie and the chatbot. In both these applications, you must have noticed that we were only sending the queries or the prompts, and based on those prompts, it was able to return the data. Now, the queries were quite generic in nature, but suppose there's a scenario where you have to query on your own data set. How you will be doing that? Because OpenAI will have no access to your data. So in such scenarios, what are the ways in which you can make use of OpenAI and play with your data, actually query your data and get the results? In order to do that, there's a step called fine-tuning, and OpenAI provides both tool-based approach as well as from their website. So here you can see that we are right now at this link fine-tuning, and if you click on create, you'll see this model coming up which says what's the method. So it's by default supervised, and then you have the base model selected, and then you have some suffix, some seed, and then here you will see that it is expecting a JSON-L file to be uploaded, and then it is going to validate the data, configure hyperparameters, and all sorts of things. Some of it might look quite confusing to you. You're not sure what kind of value should I put over there. And that's where the OpenAI's CLI tools comes in handy. So what we need to do for that, first thing, you must have Python 3 installed. If not, go ahead and install that. Once you have installed it, make sure you also have PIP installed. So both the things needs to be there. They are prerequisites to ensure that you have OpenAI CLI up and running. Now, once that is done, what you can do is make use of pip install --upgrade space OpenAI, and this is going to install OpenAI. Once OpenAI is installed, the next thing that you need to do is make use of pandas, and here you can install that as well using pip install OpenAI pandas. So once Panda has been installed and OpenAI library has been installed, you are good to go. The next step is to ensure that you are also specifying or setting your OpenAI API key, and that you can do by making use of setx command. And here you can see I've provided the OpenAPI key, and then my key is provided over here. Once you do that, it will show you a success over here. Next step is to have your data ready. Now over here, you can see that my data is part of this CSV file. So here I have prepared the data in a CSV file format. So it has got these two columns, prompt and completion. Now I need to convert this CSV data to JSON-L format. And to do that, I'll be making use of the OpenAI command. Then I'll specify the parameter name as tools. And this is the parameter that we are passing, find_tunes.prepare data. And then -f is for the file. And here inside this fine-tune directory, we have our CSV file training-data.csv. When you do that, it is going to first of all analyze it. While analyzing, it will give you certain suggestions like your file contains this many number of prompt completion pairs. In general, we recommend having at least a few hundred examples. Now, since this is a demo, we're fine with it. Then you'll notice that based on the analysis, we'll perform the following actions. And these are the recommended options. So you have add a suffix separator. You can see that I mentioned, yes, go for it. Then we have add a suffix ending, that's \n to all completions. I said yes. And then add a white space character to the beginning of the completion. For that also, I said yes. And then it is saying that your data will be written to a new JSON-L file. Proceed? Yes. So what it is doing, it is taking the CSV file, converting it to a JSON-L file. So here you will notice that it says route modified file to training-data_prepared.jsonl. So you don't have to actually manually do the JSON-L creation. You can make use of this OpenAI tool, and it is going to do that. Afterwards, it is saying that you can now make use of this command, OpenAI API fine-tunes.create-t training-data_prepared.jsonl, and it is going to do all the fine-tuning for you. Now, over here, let's quickly look at the training data that has been generated in JSON-L format. So you'll notice that it has added this \n when we said that yes, go ahead and add a suffix ending \n to all completions. And on top of that, you will notice that it says add a suffix separator to all prompt. And here you'll notice that it has done that as well. And here it says add a white space character to the beginning of the completion. And for every completion, you will notice that it has this white space. So it has done all this and then generated the JSON-L file. Now it's time to execute this command, OpenAI fine-tunes create -t training data prepared.jsonl. So here, let's go ahead and run this command. Over here, you can see that it says once your model starts training, it will approximately take 2.94 minutes to train a query model and less for ADA and Babbage. Q will approximately take half an hour per job ahead of you. So as you can see, this prompt has changed actually. So the updated prompt is OpenAI space API space files.create, then a space -f, and then the name of the file, that's training-data underscore prepare.jsonl. In our case, that's what it is. And then you specify -p fine-tune. Once you do that, you'll notice that it has uploaded the JSON-L file and the command prompt is back. Now, one thing before running this command, you need to ensure that you have started your Visual Studio Code after setting the API key. If you have not done that, you might encounter some error that it is not able to find the API key. So a restart is required. After the file has been uploaded successfully, you need to copy this ID that we have received. And the next thing that you need to do is execute this command so that it can finally fine-tune your data. So here we are making use of OpenAI space API space fine_tuning.jobs.create, then -f, and then the file ID that I just copied from the response which we got after uploading the training file. So here, this is the ID that we are talking about. Now that you have to paste over here, and then you specify the model. So in my case, the model that is available is GPT-4.1-2025-04-14. And here you will see the response coming up. This is the ID, then the created at, and then the fine-tuned model finished at. So you can see that it has taken up your request, and here it is going to show you why it has failed. So now, based on the model that we have chosen, you can see that it says the job failed due to a file format error in the training file. It says invalid file format, example 1 is missing key messages. So let's go ahead and fix our file and re-upload it. And now you can see that when we have uploaded the correct JSON-L format, it is now doing the fine-tuning, and here you can see the status of it. So these are the messages that we are receiving now. We have this created fine-tuning job, validating training file, files validated, and fine-tuning job created. And these are the logs that you can see, lost log, accuracy, and other data points. Now over here, as this is a different model, so what we have to do is update our JSON file format. And you'll notice that now it contains a parent message tag, and within that we have the role and content. So role is system and content is you're a helpful Still Bakery support assistant. And then we have another role and user. So this is the model that we will be using in our upcoming chat application, where we will be sending chat requests and we will be querying this specific data. And based on the training, it will revert back with the responses based on this particular data. So that we will see in the next one. If you find the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.